Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Fabio. This video we're going to be doing a Game Week 16 review as well as a Game Week 17 preview. Game Week 16 I ended up scoring 69 points, which was 9 points above the average score, and this was because I ended up benching players that I shouldn't have. So the weekend fixtures results ended up like Chelsea ended up winning 2-0 against Everton. Liverpool beat Brighton 2-0. Burnley put up a fight, but Fulham was able to win it at the end 3-2. And Arsenal, without scoring a goal, managed to win 2-1 against Wolves. Sunday's fixtures, Crystal Palace couldn't keep up with Manchester City, who ended up beating them 3-0. Nottingham Forest beat Spurs 3-0, even though Igor Jesus didn't show up that game. I need to start putting some respect in Sunderland's name. They beat Newcastle 1-0 at home. Then West Ham versus Villa. Villa was able to claw away a victory. Morgan Rogers was really impressive that game. And Sunday finished off with Brentford versus Leeds, which ended 1-1. Monday night fixture, it was Manchester United versus Bournemouth, was an absolute thriller. The game ended 4-4. So my team, Dubravka, was in goal and he only managed to score 1 point. Although I don't feel disappointed because on the bench I had Pope, who was injured and racked up 0 points. Then in the defense I had Thiaw of Newcastle, who managed to get 3 points even though they lost the game because he got DEFCON in that game, defensive contributions in that game. Timber, even though he was a doubt to start, I did play him and he only managed to rack up 2 points against Wolves, who scored late in the game. Gvardiol was my last defender, who managed to save my defense with 8 points. Then in the midfield, I had Saka, who scored 11 points as he was credited the 2 assists or the 2 goals as assists versus Wolves. Rice, who only managed to score 2 points. And I had Drewsbury Hall, who ended up getting subbed after 15 minutes, I think, and ended up racking only 1 point. And then Foden, who continued to do Foden things and scored 11 points. Then my front line, I had Haaland, who scored 26 points as he was my captain, and Igor Thiago, who scored 2 points. On my bench, I had Semenyo, who scored 6 points, and Alderte, who scored 7 points, and Gehi, who had 1. So how I plan on lining up for Game Week 17 is Gehi versus Leeds. He'll be playing them away. Timber versus Everton away. Gvardiol versus West Ham at home. Then for my midfield, I plan on playing Saka and Rice versus Everton away. Foden versus West Ham at home. Semenyo versus Burnley at home. And for my final midfield slot, I'm playing Wilson, who I used one of my 2 free transfers to bring in for Drewsbury Hall, who seems to have suffered from a hamstring injury. For my recommended team this week is Anderson of Fulham as they play Nottingham Forest at home. Then O'Reilly or Gvardiol as they play West Ham at home. And then any of the Arsenal defenders that you're willing to take a punt or a risk on this week. Then for the midfield position, I'd recommend Foden as he plays West Ham at home. Cunha will be a bit of a gamble as he plays Aston Villa away. Then Minte versus Sunderland, as well as Sade as Brentford take on Wolves this weekend. And then for my final midfield slot, I would recommend Semenyo as they play Burnley at home. And for the forward slots, I'd recommend the one and only Haaland, and then Igor Thiago as they take on Wolves. Igor Thiago has been blanking the past couple of game weeks, and this game week it's really dependent on his results, on how it is that I plan on proceeding, because I'm thinking one of the transfers that I'll make in the future is Igor Thiago for someone like Bowen, who has really good fixtures coming up. And I've also been considering getting rid of my Arsenal assets and acquiring either Aston Villa or West Ham assets, or even Brighton assets with the likes of Morgan Rogers, who I'm monitoring, and also Paqueta, who has really good fixtures. So game week 17 is a good game week to use your triple captainship, as there's plenty of good fixtures, although my recommended triple captain would of course be Haaland, and there's only 2 game weeks to play any of the chips that you have remaining prior to them refreshing all of the chips. Thank you for tuning in. I'm looking forward to reviewing our team for game week 17 and previewing the team for game week 18.